Hello, it's Tamara Hunter, and we are in hour number 8 of the 24-hour Service Heroes Telethon that is benefiting Chemo Buddies for Life. And yes, I have a cool cup. And Michelle Finnegan Nixon, who I'm going to let her introduce herself in a moment, she brought the cups and she brought coffee. Oh, I'm so excited.
Well, I'm excited that I didn't have to get dressed up. We're just having coffee right now. Throughout the day, I'm going to hopefully have some great friends out there that will be donating stuff that we can use.
And we have some stuff, and she's going to help me load it, guys, and so that we can start getting it and auctioning off. Okay, so you let me have the cool cup.
Okay.
We decided we were going to have coffee hour, right?
So she says last night about it was just before midnight, she says, make sure you bring the coffee so we can do our coffee time. I said, okay. So this morning, my husband loads up the cooler and he chooses the cups. Now, I want to tell you, ladies, don't let your husband choose the cups because you don't know what you're going to end up with. Apparently, Tamara gets to be the cool cup, and I get to be the devil. We're always talking about the feminine energy and the masculine. Now, in all fairness, my husband is a prize fighter.
Yeah, a well-known one in the day, right? He's like a story kind of the prize fighter, right?
Oh yeah. Back in the day, he was top 5 in the world of boxing, and so he's 67 now. But anyways, thank you, Irish Mike Nixon. I love you. Mwah. Thanks for the coffee. We're drinking the coffee.
Yes, yummy. Thank you.
And we're here to celebrate.
Yes.
This event. I'm with Events We Like, and I also have Sales Practice Place, and I love events, and I want to talk to you about. Now, I also lost about 12 people to cancer too, so this particular event is very dear to my heart.
Right.
And the last person I lost was about 6 months ago, Eloise Mercado and her daughters. Oh my God, they're so beautiful. Wonderful young ladies with families. Are missing their mom a lot, of course. And then my aunt passed away December 6th of last year, unexpectedly. It was like she found out she had cancer, and about 6 weeks later she was gone. So it was really horrible. But anyhow, I want to talk about great events.
Okay.
And this telethon that you put together on a Facebook Live is brilliant. And I don't know that I've ever seen anybody else do that. I certainly haven't been part of it.
And that doesn't surprise me because what do? I don't think within the box. I completely don't even know what a box is.
Well, and we always say, just make it happen. Make it happen any way you can. Less than perfect. Even if you don't know what you're doing, you just go for it. And God provides. People show up, not even having their hair and makeup done. They just show up.
Yeah, I know you're talking about me. Right?
Yeah, of course. And I get the devil cup and all that stuff. But what I want to talk about is great events. And I went and saw Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh,
okay.
Wow,
now,
nice.
There's so many metaphors in this thing. I'm a little bit incoherent this morning,
so
I won't be able to get all the metaphors right.
Okay.
But I want to talk about Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay. So I don't know how old you were, but I think I was about 16, 17 when they did the Live Aid. Mm-hmm. And I remember that Queen or Freddie Mercury was the the has-been. Nobody. He was competing against all the current people like YouTube at the time. I think Sting was still very young, and they had the Feed the World, Let Them Know It's Christmas people. All those guys.
Right.
Boy George, and so Queen is like the has-been, right? And they're trying to raise money to feed the world.
Right. I remember that.
And so if you haven't seen the movie, go see the movie.
I haven't seen the movie.
But if you YouTube the backstory, it's even cooler because you got this guy who, really shouldn't have been that cool with all these people because the newer people were cooler, supposedly, right? So you never let age stop you, never let people talk you out of doing stuff. So of course, Freddie Mercury gets on the stage and he starts doing "Mama, I killed a man." The crowd goes wild, and because we know we're going into that very, very frightening "Mamma Mia." We know we're going through all that stuff, right?
There you go.
But what was impressive was you have all these bands and they get the crowds going. But this guy, he had every single person from one song to the next totally doing whatever he wanted them to do. They were clapping, they were, we will rock you, all of that. And so he really made a huge impression on the crowd.
Right.
Probably got more Queen cells. He was facing his own challenges, being ill, and so I was thinking about that backstory and about how we are the champions.
Exactly.
I'm not ready to go. We are the champions, my friends. You're there to help people, and all these bands came out to raise money to feed the world. What you're doing with your telethon is going to raise money to help people that were ill, like my family, my friends.
Right. That's how we met. We started talking. We were in California.
Exactly. But before we get to that, the main guy, I think his name was Bob Geldof or whatever his name was. He was so passionate about raising money, and the money wasn't coming in on that event. And he started, they thought he said the F word, like, send in your effing money. I mean, he was mad. He was so passionate. He's like, people are dying. People are dying. We didn't, just do all of this for nothing. We actually have people that are waiting that need help. And he never used the F word, but forever everybody is thinking that he said, send us your effing money, all of that. So it's kind of humorous. But what my point is that all these people got together and they did change lives. They did raise money, and it was a beautiful experience, and it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of drama. You should check out the backstory on that. So this is one of those kind of events. Maybe not to the magnitude, but it's going to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, without question. And the need is
really there, yeah.
The need is huge. The need on a worldwide basis, I mean, let's just be honest about it, guys. The reality of it is, and I know I've been saying this already, but it's to be repeated over and over and over through this 24 hours, is that cancer does not understand boundaries. Cancer does not understand if you are a child, if you are elderly, if you're a man, if you're a woman, if you're a pet. Cancer doesn't understand if you have no money, if you have a tremendous amount of money, if you have no education, if you are a genius, if whatever it may be. Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care. All it wants to do, as one of my oncologists, my surgeon, she's funny, as she says, they're slippery suckers. They want to live, and she's funny. Anywho, I mean, that's kind of what she is. She's young and everything, but she's brilliant. And she's like, you know what? They'll hide, they'll morph, they'll do all sorts of things because they don't want to die. And you know what? I actually thought about it after she talked about it that one time with me. We were going over, and she was talking about Chemo Buddies for Life, because it took me a while to really to go forward with this, because I did a lot of due diligence to see if there was a need, and all of my doctors, all of my nurses let me know how much of a huge need that there is, and what they see, and we've been talking about it already, is that when they see, Kelly was talking about it, when they see these people that are going through treatment and for one reason or another they're not thriving, they're not doing well, and then all of a sudden they give up or whatever it is that they do. And they didn't necessarily have to. And that's one of the reasons that Chemo Buddies for Life is a nonprofit, is because of a story like that. And one of which that I was a part of it in one way or another. And when my nurse pulled me aside and said that someone that died a half a year after our huge party for graduation, big, huge pink wigs, Hawaiian lays, a whole, Beach Boys playing to have chemotherapy, and they stacked the room, and the only time that they saw this woman smile was that day. Wow. And she gave up. She wasn't the sickest one in the room. She was the saddest one in the room. That's true. And that is the message here, guys, is that we need to band together. We need to raise funds. We need to fund the programs. We need to make this global, and we need to kick cancer to the curb and say, you are not in charge anymore. You are not. This is a nonprofit what are we? We are a nonprofit that believes in healing through connections. We believe in a buddies network. What are we not? We are not raising funds for treatment. Treatment research. We are raising funds to help the patients and those people that love and support them. Bottom line, it's all about the people. And I know I'm getting passionate. I'm a little sleep deprived, and so if I look like it, yes, I am. But you know what? I'm sticking through this, guys. 24 hours, I'm here. And why am I doing that? It's to prove to you guys that I'm in it for the long haul. That I am not ending. I'm not going to give up. I love that story that you shared about Queen, because it's interesting. Before I get on stages, I will play that song. We are the champions. Yay! And it's because I truly believe that the Chemo Buddies are the champions, that we are going to win. We are the champions, my friend. And so I will
keep on fighting till the end.
She's a singer, if you haven't figured it out. Yes, and we will keep on fighting till the end. And I need you to fight with us. So I have courtesy and Bruce Marin and Margie Shepard that
Yes.
They gave 100 of these beautiful jeweled bands, of which
I actually have one. They're gorgeous.
They're gorgeous, and we're gonna have Margie's gonna bring some over at 10 o'clock so we can actually be putting them on and we can share them. But Kelly was saying, she would wear hers as a neck, like a choker. Mm-hmm. And the one with the bow. So
I have the bracelet. The bracelet, but all of Margie's stuff is beautiful.
It's gorgeous, and it's she donated it. She and Bruce donated it for the first 100 people that donate something for Chemo Buddies for Life. So Kelly was like, "Okay, I'm in. I'm one of the first ones. I'm donating now. I want to keep this going." And I'm going to keep this going too with some of the other challenges that were brought on. We had Angel Marie, and she is with the Shine On. She does the Shine On. I don't sing, so but she does.
You do too sing.
Yeah, I sing off
in
key.
The shower.
Yeah, that's right. My kids would say, we don't want her to sing on it.
You know what? Singing is healing, though, people.
Yes.
Everybody should be singing because it raises vibrations. Sing in the shower, do vocal exercise. You can always blame your bad singing on the vocal exercises. You can always blame that. And it makes you happy. God gave us music. He didn't say you had to be perfect and be a singer. He said, sing. It's healing. It is. I just want to throw that in there. Because
I'm glad you did, because, because
people don't know that.
Oh, okay. First of all, okay, so we got.
Wait. Don't you remember the song? I got the music in me. I got the music. It's in you.
Oh yeah,
it's healing.
Oh,
Sing it.
There's no question. The music.
Praise and worship music. I've gotten people out of bed at the hospice just by singing praise songs with them. I'm sorry, I'm a little passionate about music, but it's true.
She is.
Anyways, back to you.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Back to me. Okay.
Go back with my devil cup.
Yeah, no, let's see. Okay, back to me. Back to Tamara. So we have Sharon that's saying hello to Michelle.
Hi, Sharon.
And then Jay who goes out to the gym every day, and he's been doing that for a long period of time, took the telethon to the gym, which is so cool. And we had a lot of fun earlier today, and we were laughing, and we've had some great, and so I hope you, Jay, really enjoyed David's saxophone.
Do you say Jay is he's a gym guy here? Where is he located?
He's in California.
Oh, he's in California.
Yeah, he's in California.
I'm actually starting a fitness, This Is Me challenge. It's fitness. She got me into it because if I do a video every day, walk and talk around all the beautiful places, then I'm sure to do it. I mean, I've been telling Forbes Riley about her spin gym all the time that I'm going to do her spin gym. Well, now Tamara's got me accountable because now I have to do a video every day of me walking and exercising. Yeah. So, Mr. California, I don't know. Maybe I have to talk to you, but anyways, I just want to
yeah. Okay. So, and Margie, yes, we can't wait until 10 o'clock so we can be showing them that much more. We already have people that have donated because they want those. They're beautiful photo. And Jay, he's been with us since 2 a.m. and it was so funny because he's like, you're keeping me from working.
Hey, you know what? Come on back. I need to get this stuff off.
It's because he's been with us since 2, and we were having a lot of fun with Kelly, and then when we had Tina and Amy on there, that's hilarious. If you guys haven't watched that segment, you gotta watch it. It was funny. We still have the line over there from our mystery corpse, the volunteer corpse that
this is a very dark show.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was blast, and in fact, we auctioned him off.
I need to duck out.
we auctioned him off, and we had a taker. So yes,
cool,
it was a lot of fun. And then thank you, Margie. We're gonna have a lot of great energy when you show up too. It's been fun so far. I mean, it's a new age having a telethon, which the telethon piece of it, I need some help with the technology because we're having some issues with it. However, the telethon, the streaming media piece of it, and the donations, they're coming in. So keep them coming, guys, because we're going to make every dollar count. And so I started 90-day challenge. Now he's at a 908-day challenge. Yeah, I told you. He has been doing this for a period of time.
Gotta put my glasses on so I can see what's
started at a 90-day challenge, and now it's at the gym. And how much?
I'm doing 365, dude.
So okay, well,
911 days crap. No.
Well, 9. Yeah, but he just started. He started, and then he's had a lot of success. Why don't you tell us how much success when you have a moment? And as he was sleeping, That's the
best exercise. You're sleeping because
we were auctioning. Off. I'll show the pictures, guys. We were auctioning off our volunteer, who is remaining nameless.
I am getting fit.
But yeah, this was hilarious. It was priceless, actually. Let me go to the pictures here. So this was this.
Oh my God.
This was the auctioned off sleeping
Oh my Lord.
volunteer, and he kept moving. Kelly went over, and so someone was saying we should chalk it. So she went over and took the white tape, and so she taped it, and so then he moved a few times. So you got to see this. So he moves here, and then he stayed within the lines, and then he moves again, but stays within the lines. And so I think because of the talent of staying within the lines, we started like for donation, we would auction them off, and he was
that's
auctioned.
what I call a telethon that works. Auction off your friends' bodies.
Well, it was hilarious because Jay was like giving,
How much did you get for him? That's just what I want to know. How much are dead bodies going? Oh, he's a live body, so what?
I think I don't know what it ended up coming in because I can't tell which one.
You don't have to reveal.
It's not only that; it's that we're starting to get donations in, and I can't tell if it was from him or if it was from Bill Heinrich. Did when we were with Angel Marie, he was like, she was like, okay, every smile that you go out and smile today, and you smile with someone, you connect, and that, like you just did, and that person smiles back. And she was talking about the whole thought behind that. She's like, okay, I want you to donate so much for that, right? So then Bill's like, well, let's do it this way. Power of intention. We're going to go ahead and have you donate now and then go out there and make it happen. So do it and make it happen. And so we did.
I'm all about making it happen. Eric Zuli said hello. Hi, Eric.
Yeah, we have Eric.
And Eric makes it happen all the time.
Oh, yeah, digitally meet you.
And Dante Sears.
So, Eric, Margie is going to be coming in and then she's coming back at 3 o'clock, and she's going to be with us for a while. Along with Jenny Molks is coming, and Rodney Allgood is coming in, and we have some others. I don't have the afternoon chart flipped up. We've got some amazing talent coming and people. And then let's see, promise ready for our segment. Oh, thank you for showering for our segment. Okay. It's good for me to know that. If smell-o-vision was a part of this whole deal, that would really be an important thing. Okay.
She smells good, so that's.
Yeah, well, it's amazing what happens when you throw a little bit of cologne on or something. And then everyone sign up to Service Heroes Club. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that. I haven't brought that up yet. We have Dr. Dante and Eric helped me to create. They were like, you need a club, and so they helped me to create a club. It's
a membership.
It's not quite a membership. It's a club, and it's about donating to Chemo Buddies for Life. So it is a vehicle for donations, and so that every month that you sign up for or that you are donating to the Service Heroes Club, that money goes into Chemo Buddies. So it is a donation vehicle. And then what is going to happen is we're going to have really cool prizes, and we're going to, and I see it as a service hero type of activity. So I'll be having like drawings and bringing people on the show. And it was a great idea. Thank you, Eric and Dr. Dante. And they've just been doing all this work for it. And then he's lost 76 pounds since this challenge, and brought to me by Preston. And I didn't know that Preston, maybe I did know that, Preston Martelli. And Preston Martelli and Dr. E.J. Johnson, they are both a part of the Speakers Pathway Coalition.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, and they're specialized, because what they did was they brought different people from different disciplines, that these disciplines in one way or another coordinate and correlate and affect the speaking world.
Well, that's a good way to segue into a little bit about events that are in Las Vegas. What we're asking for is if you can find me on Facebook, Michelle Finnegan Nixon, or you text 949-522-5563. Any public speakers out there, because I know quite a few public speakers. There's Public Speakers Association. Bill Walsh also has his speaker program. There's so many out there. But public speakers, the experts, they have courses, they have books, they have CDs. I want to give a shout out to Christoph Wyman. He's a perfect example of a public speaker with a great book, with great, offerings. And so what I'm asking my friends to do is, private message me and tell us which, CD, course, book, program, strategy session you want to donate so that we can raise more money for the Chemo Buddies. And we'll give you a shout out,
right?
And I'll tell Tamara, I'll say, hey, so and so from this company is offering, 2 CDs, maybe a $1,000 program for anybody who donates an amount of X or more, and then I'll just feed Tamara this, and she can fit it in wherever she needs to fit it in, so that there's huge benefit for the people who are giving, because some of these public speakers, they really are changing the world.
Absolutely.
Their personal development, their inspiration, or they have some real skills like building websites and things like that. I want Dante Sears. I've got to give a shout out to Dante Sears. She has her, what's it called, Prosperity Network.
Right.
And so she does a lot of behind the scenes stuff. She's a rock star. She's a singer. She's beautiful. And she's part of, Easy Way Promotions with Eric Zuli. So we want to make sure that the public knows who is behind the scenes in supporting Tamara and our Chemo Buddies. This is a really cool telethon. I just want to say that.
Thank you.
I want to see this event get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yes,
like how we grew up with the Jerry Lewis telethons and all of that, and public broadcasting and those kinds of things. So if you have a program, a product, an event, and you want to give free tickets to, there's a lot of events here we do in Las Vegas, and some of these tickets are $1,000, $5,000. And every now and then there'll be a free ticket, but usually I have to get them from one of the public speakers. They're not always available. So if you reach out to me and you say, I'm willing to donate X amount of money, but I want to see what you have that I can choose from, because I can do that too. Just say, hey, I want to do a 25, a 50, 100. I don't care if it's $5. Anything will help. And if you message me, I will go through my Santa Claus bag and I'll find something. I'll say, do you want to go to this event? Do you want this CD? Do you want a strategy session?
See, I told you she was going to help.
I build. People always say, hey, Michelle's a genius. We just don't know what she does. I'm always behind the scenes helping someone with their sales pages, their sales copy. Telemarketing, promoting, all these different things. In fact, I'm actually working with Holly Porter. I'm giving Holly Porter a shout out because she has her 40/40 rules book that's going to be coming out very soon. So, I believe that you have to support and help others.
Right.
You just do. You got to keep hope alive. And so I have all these connections. Katrina Sawa, Katarina Rando. You hear me, Dr. Beth Halbert. I can go on and on. Bill Walsh. Oh my God, that guy's a genius. Paul Fink, he's coming to town. I'm reaching out to Lisa Criselli, Kelly O'Neill, anybody I know, and saying, even the Honeys, Amy Honey and Jamie Honey. I'm reaching out to everyone I know and saying, what do you want to donate so that we can raise more money for Tamara Hunter? We absolutely love Tamara Hunter.
And Chemo Buddies for life. And thank you for clarifying. It's called a donation club. That's what it is, guys. Okay, I know I was struggling here. Okay, I want to clarify also that we have some already that have given some of these packages, and you're going to help me to get it all put together, and so that we can share the offerings. And So we will make that happen. And so what I need from everybody is to start hearing from people that do want to look into the grab bag. We have EJ Johnson, Dr. EJ Johnson. He's going to be coming on here in the next 2 hours here soon after he takes his shower. And thank you for making sure that I know that. And so then, and he's got this amazing offering that he is giving us. We have Dawn McGrath that has given us an offering. We have many of them that are coming on board and then are coming up. We have Anne-Marie Talley that she is going to be, she's got something that she's going to be offering. We've got Sammy Drizza that he's got an offering, and that's just from this morning. And these are all people that if you were to start adding up what all these offerings are, and then we of course have David that just played the beautiful sax, and then we have 4 of his CDs, and we have his book. And so I want to be able to do this right, and so thank you for offering to help, and we will make sure that you've got the information. And then just a technical difficulty issue. I know that Eric, you had let us know because we had people on the prowl to see what was working and what wasn't. And it's incredible. You have one button working, and then 2 hours later it's not, and then an hour later it is, and then it's not. And that is the reality of what it is that we're doing outside the box right now, guys. So please share the love. Please be with us and understand that this is new territory. However, I don't believe it's going to remain an untapped territory for long, because this is like you said, this is really a great way of getting a message out there and using the technology that we all take for granted. Everybody is on Facebook. Everybody is on social media. Everybody is contacting each other there. We talked about this last night. Why are people not using it in more of a 24-hour way and to affect change?
Yeah, even the bigger names that have all the resources on the planet, and they're not doing it yet. So this is, like you said, you got to jump in when you can.
And so we just did. And it may not be perfect, but it is perfect. It's just like what Bill Heinrich says, it's perfect imperfection, or perfect, however he says it. He just lets me know that he just has that way about him, and he just like, okay, you're doing it, it's going to be perfect.
Less than perfect gets it done, and the right people show up.
Exactly.
And over time, it's like when you're quilting, or the back of a quilt, it's all full of knots and, all these ugly threads. My mom has this beautiful quote talking about that, and it's just a mess. Mm-hmm. But when you turn it around, it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So sometimes you just, it's less than perfect. I mean, I never, 5 years ago, I wouldn't even take a picture and, really post, online. And here I am, being very human with, no makeup. I didn't even have time to, go get my hair colored. So I'm like doing the little cheap stuff. And I'm here,
That's right. You're supporting.
This is me.
Yeah.
I just lost too many people. I want to cry. My aunt was a force. My aunt Karen Finnegan was a force in the Christian music public speaking world, and she did the praise and worship. She ran Maranatha Music with Calvary Chapel in Costa Mesa.
Wow.
That where the Jesus movement started, and where the first rock and roll bands came out. Greg Laurie, and all these different people. A real force in in the Christian music ministry, and she died in 1998. And I miss her like you have no idea.
It doesn't.
And since
doesn't
then,
go away.
12 other people I know. And then because we are so social, I find out that all these spectacular women that I look up to, that are, business leaders, sales copywriters, you name it, they're coming now coming out now and saying, you know what, I didn't want to tell anybody, but I have cancer,
Right.
or I've been battling it for a few years, and I would give their names, but I don't really have their permission to do that. But we have to do something. We have to keep fighting. And you know what? It's a little different now. This is something I want to say. You can live with cancer.
Yes.
And you can, fight it, and you can treat it. It's kind of like, remember when AIDS came out and you had HIV positive? We all were worried about Magic Johnson, the basketball player.
Yeah.
We thought, oh my gosh, he's going to die tomorrow. Well, look, he's still around, making a huge impact in society and in business and changing lives all around the world. Because he still has his joy. He still has his inspiration. He takes good care of himself, but he's living with something, and he's treating it. And what I have discovered, like you, there's some people just give up. There was a beautiful woman who for 10 years fought the good fight. She had cancer. Her name was Rachel. I forget her last name. She was a chef, and she used to make organic food, and her cooking shows were saving lives, because people were learning how to eat healthy and deal with the cancer. But she had a series of depression. She wasn't married. She had broken up with a relationship. She felt completely alone, and she gave up, and she stopped doing the things that were keeping her alive, and she died. She was like 38 years old. We were devastated. We didn't understand, how can this happen? Well, it's what you said. She didn't have chemo buddies. She had a few friends, but the loneliness and the, whatever the head trash is, and it's legitimate. I don't want to call it, like you're making it up, but whatever that mindset was, she surrendered to it. She said, I'm done. And she left the planet. Well, there's a lot of people out there that are saying, you know what, I got kids. Right. I can't give up. I have teenagers, I have small children. I am going to fight the good fight. It would sure be nice to be inspired. I was feeling a little down a couple days ago, and I because I wasn't sleeping and I was working 24/7, and you get fatigued. And I talked to my friend Melissa Lamming, and we're also doing a fundraiser for multiple sclerosis at another time to support MS and Melissa Lamming World Changers organization. And I got on the phone with her, and she will not let me have any negative talk, no toxic thinking, nothing. And Tamara's like that too. Tamara's like, you're not allowed. No complaints around here. No whining. Here, have some wine, but don't whine. So I talked to Melissa Lamming. I love her. Worldchangers.com or .net. And she with just speaking with her, I literally got off the phone. I had springs on my feet. I cleaned my entire messy kitchen from Thanksgiving, and was like, whistle while you work. I wasn't complaining like, why am I the only one doing this? But people make a difference. Yes. They inspire you. They put springs on your feet. I remember people used to say, you listen to one Tony Robbins, Ben Vereen. I don't know if you remember him from Pippin and all those musicals. Yeah. He said he would listen to a Tony Robbins audio or CD, and he felt like he could change the world after that because he was so inspired. Bill Walsh talks about that. Stop trying to motivate people. Inspire them, because if you inspire people, they're gonna, wow, I can conquer today. I can beat cancer. You don't cancer, I may have it, but the cancer doesn't have me. So I know I've been rambling here.
It's okay.
I didn't prepare a talk, but I will say that an awful lot of people have died. I remember my childhood friend, Lance Adair. Oh, I'm going to cry on this one. I didn't get a chance to say something at his memorial. There was a lot of people, high school friends. And we had done the show, The Wizard of Oz. Well, he wasn't in it, but he came to visit, and I was directing it. And it was funny because he had died, and I went to the store, and I hadn't seen one of my girlfriends in like 25 years. And just coincidentally, she happened to be at the same store. I said, are you going to go to Lance's memorial? She said, yeah. So we had the rainbow thing in common with The Wizard of Oz. And so, you know, I was at this memorial and I wanted to stand up and say something, but I didn't. And I felt really bad. So the next day, I'm at my home and I was praying and I said, you know, Lance, you know, I absolutely love you. You were like a brother growing up to me. And everybody loved this guy. I mean, he had so many friends. And so I go outside and there's this huge rainbow outside. And I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. And it was confirmation to me, you know, that because we have that rainbow connection. And I you know, we have to do something for people that are dying of cancer. We just lost way too many. Like I said, a best friend of mine that helped me survive accounting and business. I used to laugh because she was so perfect. Eloise Mercado, she used to write like a typewriter, and then I would look at my work and it was so bad. But she was phenomenal. And I said to her, there was an ad in the paper, and I said to her, can I do bookkeeping? And she goes, Michelle, you're way past bookkeeping. You're an accountant.
Oh, wow.
I was so naive, you know, I didn't know that. But anyways, I miss her, you know, and I didn't have a chance to really, you know, talk to her as much as I would like to because people are afraid to talk about cancer. They don't want to bring it up, you know, so we're losing a lot of people, you know. I've lost a lot of relatives, 12 right now so far. And there's still people fighting. People have it every day, and we just have to do something about it. So give $1, give $5, give $20, give $100, whatever, but give something. And I promise you, we will have a grab bag for you. We'll have something to say thank you. You know, whether I promote, I could do a gratitude drink or something, and you know, promote you in some nice way. You can do a gift. You know, say, hey, Michelle, you know what? I'm not really an online marketer, but you know, I'm willing to give X, you know, can you help me with such and such? You know, whatever it is you need, just make sure that you put in the comments below, or you text us, or 949-522-5563, or you get a hold of Tamara Hunter, and we'll figure out something. But nobody should die of cancer. And to my relatives out there who are, you know, going to go through Christmas without my Tia Milagros Lopez, I love you. And we miss Tia Milagros. And, you know, I was very happy to do this today because I get to remember these wonderful people that were very influential in my life. And hopefully you'll put some money down and raise some money for Chemo Buddies so that we can continue showing the love, because it's all about love at the end of the day.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That 4-letter word that's so important.
Anyways, thank you for letting me share. That is so hard. Oh my gosh. And you do, and she does this every day. I want you to pray for Tamara, because I was noticing a couple of days ago that she was looking a little tired to me. She really hasn't been sleeping. She has been all in on this telethon, and she's going to go all day and all night. So lift her up in prayer, that you know, God above gives her, you know, the energy, the strength, the Holy Spirit, whatever it is, to keep her healthy, because so many people, you know, need her. They need her, and they're grabbing at her. I'm even grabbing at her. You know? And she's got people that she literally is helping, you know, survive cancer. And then there's some that don't survive that she's having to, you know, say goodbye to. So we got to lift Tamara up. You're so beautiful. You're so special. And thank you for having me here. I'm really excited to help you with your cause.
Well, thank you. I'm excited that you're here, because I'm excited, and I just treasure you, and I appreciate what you shared. I mean, you got me in tears, and you know, the heartfeltness, because when I did meet you and we started talking, there's a few people that are just, they almost like grab me and they're like, okay, let's go talk. And we went out, I remember in the patio, and we went and talked, and she started telling me about her family members, and just like, okay, I need to know what you're doing. I need to know how I can be involved, because this is just too close to home. And from that point on, you have done exactly that. You have not let me down, and I appreciate that very much. And trust me, guys, when I ask for help, I actually ask for help, and I need the help because technology is not my deal, and yet I am running a technology telethon, and I know that Bill was saying, "Oh no, that's her deal." No, I YouTube it. That's how I learned.
Hey, you know what? I am all about the YouTube. I have an affinity for technology. I don't know why, but YouTube works. You're having a problem? Well, let's go see what YouTube says.
Yeah, yep. So I appreciate it, and I wanted to see where I left off. Okay, so thank you. Okay, Susan is going to be a part of our program in the second part of the day. I am so excited. She's going to actually be with us a few times. And then Sharon, I didn't know. And let's see. Yeah, well, thank you. Tamara gives positive advice. Well,
well, sometimes she gives positive advice. Sometimes it's,
yeah.
There will be none of that.
Well, I will say that when I say that I really am about humor, hope, and heart, and really going forward in a positive direction, I don't just say it, do I? I actually kind of mean it.
Well, I like hanging out with Tamara because she's super fun. I remember because I'm such a, I like to spotlight people and I do crazy things. Just one of those odd ducks that make people laugh, on stage and things like that. And so I see Tamara at this event, and there's no time to network. There's no time to get to know anybody. I got, my daughter was doing gymnastics like right next to this Speaker Empire event, and I'm thinking, I missed the event. How am I going to meet anybody? I see Tamara, and I get this light bulb idea, and I says, I'm going to create a GIF. One of those GIFs on social media, with the little, you put a picture in, it does funny things. I says, I'm going to make a GIF, and I'm going to ask everybody here to join me. I didn't know they would. So I go over to Tamara. I don't know who she is. I says, do you want to make a GIF? And she's like, what the heck's a GIF? And I said, people are commenting, and then you post a GIF, and it does like funny, silly things. I says, why don't we create our own? And I hand my camera over to Nicole Taylor and her fiance and Rodrigo, and I said, we're gonna dance and we're gonna sing, and then we're gonna turn it into a GIF. And that's the way, I like it. And so I'm gonna actually finish that GIF this year and share it with her. But we're like, that's the way, Then
she's telling me, okay, do the same thing over and over. And I'm like, what did I just do?
And then I get the guys doing it, and there was a couple there were some grumpy, billionaires and multimillionaires. They didn't know who I was, and they were like, I don't know if I want to do this, and where's it going to go? I says, look, it's fun. You don't have to do it, but if you want promotion, you want me to put your stuff out there, we'll create the video. I'll do the GIF, then I'll send it to you, and you can sign off on it, and then you can use it. And they're like, okay. So then I get these guys that were all cranky. All of a sudden, they're like, that's the way, I like it, and I was so much fun. But that's Tamara. Tamara is dealing with something very serious that people are afraid to talk about, and she's making it silly and fun and friendly. And I love my tribe of fun, friendly, silly, kind, servant-hearted people. That is who I love to be around. No. And every now and then I dive into the cranky pool and pull it out of them and say, look, you need to be silly and fun and love and very loving. And that's how you change the world. You don't scare the hell out of people. You love the hell out of people.
Yeah, and you laugh too. A lot of laughter. Yeah. And Allison, thank you for your time today, Allison. It was really great to spend time with you. Always. And
Allison, yay!
Yes.
Allison's a major inspiration.
Oh, she's huge.
My gosh, spiritual, love
Allison. Everything. And then new way of fundraising, digital handshake. Yes, everyone subscribe to Service Heroes Club. Yes, donation club. We have a donation club, and thank you again, Eric and Dante, for putting this together and making it happen. And just they spent so much time, and Dante just spent I mean, like a couple of evenings into the night or into the morning, or we didn't sleep at all. And it was all about, how can we support Chemo Buddies for Life? And she really gave it a lot of thought, and I just absolutely adore her for it. So thank you. And
Dante Sears, we have a theme. It's called Make It Happen. We've adopted that theme. It's from Mariah Carey, make it happen. You have to be around people who are willing to make it happen.
Right.
Because when everyone tells you, oh, you can't do it, or it's going to be a problem, and this, the telethon thing won't work, or I don't know, blah, 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 blah. You need to surround yourself with people like Dante Sears, who's actually also a healer. She likes to heal people. And you want to be around Allison, Larson, all those kinds of folks. David Finnegan, I think I saw him hit the like button on one of these. These are people who make it happen. You got to be around to make it happen. People.
Yeah, absolutely.
No doubters.
Yeah, no.
They got to go.
Or they don't have to go. No, the doubters don't have to go. The attitude within the doubt.
Okay. See, she's even saving the doubters, and that's okay. I get it. I love people too, but you want to surround yourself with people who are supportive.
Well, I agree with that. Yeah. That do support. It's very, very important. And Eric, Al, yes, Al and Raquel are gonna be a part of Kiss the Monkeys. Will be in the house 7:00 this evening. So in about 12 hours, we're gonna be having some fun with them. And this is the same day. Speaking Empire, Michelle Finnegan. That was the same. Yes, that's Eric. Yes, that was, you did come out to that one.
Actually, I met Eric, and I was wanting to find someone to help me with this boxing event I'm doing and television series and all that. And Eric was on stage.
Right,
and
I remember that.
Of course, everybody loves Eric, and I'm thinking, oh, I wish I could talk to that guy because he's connected to, boxing in some way. And I'm like, oh, but, maybe he wouldn't talk to me or something like that. And I'm outside because I end up helping someone with something. I'm always helping somebody with something. And this guy comes across, and he actually works with Eric. And I was telling him, that I, would love to talk to Eric at some point. So at the very end, it was the last person to leave at the Speaker Empire. All of a sudden, Eric shows up out of nowhere, and he comes over. He says, "My team says I'm supposed to talk to you." Wow.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Eric and Dante, Eric Zuli and Dante Sears have become very dear friends of mine. I love them. Mm-hmm. Everything they're doing is very exciting. You got to get involved in the Easy Way family, the Easy Way promotions, their television networks, get on their radio programs. Absolutely love and adore them. There's a lot of things that we're going to be doing in 2019. And so it was very cool. Christoph Wyman gave me the ticket to go to Speaker Empire, and if it wasn't for Christoph Wyman, who I absolutely love and adore, I would have never met Tamara, and I would never have met Eric Zuli. I probably would have met him at a different function, but let's be grateful. I'm grateful for that. So, but thank you, Eric. Absolutely love and adore you, and can't wait to talk to you more.
Absolutely. So we have Sharon's agreeing, and we'll go with that. And then let's see, we got a big one, and it's covering us up. So David, what do you have to say here? Hello, Tamara. This telethon is awesome and such a great idea. Thank you. We actually share the same mission. Yes, we, let's see, it's fight for disease-causing agents and create the, yes. We actually, David Jones was featured on a Service Heroes show, and if anybody that's interested in knowing what David does, if you go on to my page, I don't know if is there a way to search a name on Facebook, like when it's a while ago? Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I always put my name in and the person's name, and then I hit search, and everything that's ever been with that person pops up.
I didn't know that.
You find stuff from 2008, if any of you were around from back then. Well, it's crazy what you find if you just. I would say Google it on Facebook, but that's kind of weird. Just put your name and the person's name, and hit search, and then you can hit
And there
all
you go.
posts, and it'll be up. Yeah.
Okay, so we have, we got
That'll cost $5 for that super tip, so send your money in right now.
we'll put that link in a second. Okay, back at ya. Okay, easy, full support of what you're doing. Thank you. And I know that, Eric, and I know that Dante and James, you guys have been so supportive and actually helping to prepare to get things ready for the Service Heroes Club and just the whole concept of that. It just, because I really appreciate the love, and I appreciate the out-of-the-box thinking, because that's kind of the way that I do things. And we have our next guest showing that. And I want you to are you going to be able to stick around?
I'm going to be in and out all day, as I said, as I'm going to go home. This morning I did the kid thing, get them to school, and then I'm going to go home, and then
you're going to come back.
I'm going to come back and
get the stuff loaded.
Yeah. I'll be around, but more importantly, I'll be around to serve you in whatever way you want today.
Okay, cool.
And again, if anybody wants to donate something,
because we have those things and we need to get them loaded, and
Yeah.
so I am looking for the help with that. Oh, and
I'll
Erica is still here, so that's cool. Erica, so glad to see you, and I miss not seeing you more. So we are going to be ending this hour in about 3 more minutes, and I want to put this is a telethon, even though our 800 number is not working quite yet, but we're going to make it somehow work. And if it doesn't, it will at some point, because we're going to be transitioning it into the Buddies Network for an emergency. That's part of what this program is all about, guys. We have the ability to completely affect how cancer is not dealt with anymore. Basically, we just are going to roll it over. We're going to kick it to the curb. We're going to say, yes, let the doctors deal with it. Let them do what they're going to do with it and get rid of it. But for me and for mine, I am going to go on with my life. I'm going to do it with a buddy. I'm going to make it happen. And we are going to change the way that cancer is done. And so I am looking for donations. I am not going to be shy about it, guys, because, the reality of it is it's not easy to get a nonprofit up and going. And a lot of them don't make it. And I am not going to let that happen on my watch. And I did not go for donations in the beginning when I first started, because I wanted to know that this was a program that was actually going to make a difference. And so it has been a year or over a year, and we now have proof that the program works. It works. That's why the first telethon, the first streaming media, think outside the box, do it our way, the Chemo Buddy for Life way, the Healing Through Connections way, the way of saying, you know what, you have been dealing with the old guard, and the old guard does it the same way, which I'm not saying anything negative about them at all. But the new kid on the block is thinking completely outside the box, and in doing so, we are affecting change. We are making a difference, and we are taking the power back to, I want to say, the people, the patients, the support buddies, those people that love and support those that are affected by cancer, including the medical community. And I mean the traditional, the adjunctive, and the alternative. And if there's another one, we'll include it too. Anybody that's been affected in their heart, and it hurts, and they need to talk. And, it just is one that we don't want to let it win anymore, and so we're not going to. And just use a Google Voice number and put it on speakerphone. Impressive. And speakerphone.
Where's Eric? Where's Eric?
Eric, right there. Okay, Eric, remember how many times you had to kind of like walk me through just to do something very simple. It took days. I need a little bit more help on that one. It would be impressive, and we will be impressive, but will you help me to be impressive, please? Because I am willing to do it, and just need a little help, need a little love, and you guys always give it to me, so I appreciate it. All right, so it is 8 o'clock on the button right now, depending on what clock you look at 8:01, and so yes, okay, thank you. All right, so we are ending this
Episode.
hour number 8. We have now just shut it down. We are going to end it, and we are going to start up with episode or hour number 9. Okay, guys, give it a moment.
Bye.
Bye.